Do 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 do.
When I type, can you guys hear me? You can't, can you?
No, we can't hear you if that's what you're doing.
Yep, good.
All right, I think we're all set. Okay, cool. All right. Who we got up in the chat here? Oh, we got quite a few people. Hello, everyone.
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, welcome to the Latent Element live stream event. Give me a moment. I'm going to start us up on our YouTube channel here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Which button is it? Draw. Boop. Here we go. And let me pull up the chat. Here we go.
Which chat are we using, Susie?
Which chat? We are using the chat live stream events. I've got that up. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our live stream event for the Latent Element Challenge. I'm BogusRed, and I'm here with my fabulous co-hosts, ArkillianDragon and MiniMaid. Both of them are staff members of PaperDemon. We are streaming this to our YouTube channel, so I just need to give a brief intro for those random folks who might be wandering into our channel on the internet onto YouTube. So today we're doing a Let's Draw, where we're going to be drawing artwork for the PaperDemon Art RPG. If you're not familiar with an art RPG, it is a role-playing game where you draw your character or write stories about them to advance in the game, and you get virtual rewards. And as part of that, you for the PaperDemon Art RPG, you will discover your character's elemental powers. So real quick, I'm going to share that screen. Actually, I need to stream also to the to Discord real quick. I forgot to click the button. Virtual cam, start virtual cam. Here we go. One moment, and I will stream this into Discord. Okay, so Discord should be able to see my screen now. And if we pop over to our browser, here we go. So this is the Latent Element Challenge, which is the third challenge in the when you create your character. When you register your original character with the PaperDemon Art RPG, you'll get assigned randomly one of 4 elements. Those 4 elements are sky, earth, fire, and water. If you want to customize which element you get, you can purchase an Elementia, which we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But when you are for this challenge, you'll have to draw your character, discovering their elemental powers. So information on this challenge, we're going to drop this in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, there is a link to this challenge in the YouTube description below. ArkillianDragon and MiniMaid are here. They're going to be drawing alongside me doing this challenge. So we're going to hang out, we're going to draw, we're going to chat. It's going to be cool, mostly casual. So here we go. And also feel free to ask any questions you have in the chat. And MiniMaid and Arkillian are also going to help with answering those questions as well as me.
We've got one already. Bucky's asking if the elemental powers are like the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So I have not seen Avatar, so someone's going to have to explain to me what that means. I know, I'm terrible.
The easy answer to the elemental powers is that if you can make something that looks cool and it's not like one of the other other elements, then it should be fine. So like if you wanted to make it so that your character produced diamonds from their fingertips and you had the element earth, that would be totally fine. If you wanted to make lava come from your fingertips and you had water, that's totally fine. Things like that. You don't have to do the pure element. It can be things that are like the element.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so like using ice and things like that. Like my character Silver, he's able to do elemental powers. He's got air. He does elemental powers with music. So
Yeah.
you can do stuff that's non-standard.
Yeah, it's
They're
meant
not
to be
these
freeform.
elemental powers aren't meant to be limiting. They're meant to be a stepping stone of creativity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. We don't want to restrict you and give you a lot of leeway with how you interpret what those powers are. And that element is going to be important when you participate in our battle events because it will give your character certain mechanical abilities there's certain mechanics basically in the game based on which element you have. Because bosses also have their own elemental powers and they're weak against certain elements.
Like for instance, the Vogue Vampire. Now he's a shadow type, isn't he?
Yes, he's Shadow.
But Shadow's kind of a duo cast power one, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you were to do a Shadow attack, you'd have to pair with another character. I can't remember. I have to pull up the elemental chart. There's a chart somewhere that says which elements pair together to create Shadow. But then also Shadow is weak against certain elements, not itself.
I believe fire is the element it's weakest against.
Ah, cool. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my
I'll
head.
see if I can find it.
I wrote all the code for that a while ago, so I don't remember.
See, it's pinned somewhere. I think we pinned it in
Did a
color,
player
but-
figure out which elements it's weak to? Because we haven't officially released which elements are weak
Well, we've
against
noticed
what.
that it's weak to fire.
Yeah, I did a 600-point attack against it.
Yeah.
Because at that time, Brian was a fire type using a fire weapon, duo casting with fire, and he did 600 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
It's like, oh, sorry, everyone. Yeah, so I've just posted the chart there in the chat. So Shadow is earth and water.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Mm.
And so for those who aren't familiar, the duo cast is something you can do where you your OC combines their elemental power with another OC to do a more powerful attack and create a secondary element.
It's like a color wheel.
Yeah. I think Minnie Maid and Arkillian and I had met like before this event started, and one of the things I was going to ask them is, hey, do we have any like discussion topics we can talk about? Because I forgot to
we
ask.
didn't talk about that, did we?
We didn't go over that, and I forgot.
Well, firstly, is there anything that anybody wants us to talk about? We'll bring it to the audience first.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, I'd say we're here to answer questions. I'd also really love to see if people are drawing alongside us.
Yeah,
Post
yes.
what you're doing in the chat so we can see. Yeah, let us see what you're doing.
Yes,
And we can comment on it
post
over
in the
voice
chat.
as well.
Welcome to the chat.
Mm-hmm.
We
No,
can't
you can't
stream.
stream.
Yeah.
I know
No,
you
that's
can't
yeah.
stream.
You can
But
post
you
your work
can-
in progress to the chat though.
You can take a screenshot or a picture.
So how about in the chat, people list out what their characters are able to do with their elements for the people who already have one decided for their characters.
I think we could also talk about what the Elementia quest is.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
The
I
steps.
forgot to talk
Yeah.
about that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So for context, okay, so if you are assigned an element that you don't like for your character, you want to customize it, you can either purchase a premium item called the Elementia, or you can complete the Elementia quest, which is a way to earn a Elementia for free by drawing or writing. And I can drop a link to that in the description or in the chat. Hold on. Bloop. Where is it? Here is the quest. And here is the premium item. Purchases of the premium item help support us, cover server costs, cover our staff. So thank you to anyone who considers supporting us. It does help to support the neurodiverse arts community.
We also have a Patreon.
Yes, we also have a Patreon. Thank you for mentioning that.
Such an
Yes.
We also have premium accounts as well, so that's another way of supporting us.
Yes. Many ways to support the community.
So with the Elementia quest, I quite like it because it's got a little bit of roleplay aspect in it as well. Because the first step of the Elementia quest, you talk about why the element doesn't work with your character. So that might be quite fun for somebody to explore why it's a really bad mix for your character. Maybe it's too powerful, or it's not powerful enough, or it does things that makes the character uncomfortable.
Like burn down their ship.
Sorry?
Like burn down their ship.
Yeah! See, Minnie Maid's doing the Elementia quest at the moment, and her character, by mistake, burned his ship down because he couldn't control his fire. So he was a bit upset by that.
Oh, I like that.
What are you gonna do for the next one? Because the next one is them trying to get rid of the power, like getting somebody to help them purge it from them, or having it removed, or training themselves out of it. What are you planning on drawing for that particular part of the quest?
Well, there's a bit of a train of thought there. So, in my picture, Adrian's in the middle of the ocean, and he's essentially ready to drown, and he's going to get rescued by a mermaid, and that mermaid is then basically going to nurse him back to health enough that he decides to seduce her and ask her to teach him her water powers. So there's a little side story that I think is going to be a little hard to portray in one picture, but I'll try.
I like it.
Yeah, so the second quest is them getting a new elemental power, and then the third one will be them using that elemental power. So what do you plan on showing? How do you plan on showing Adrian using the water powers?
Oh, something along the lines of splitting the sea, something fun like that. Yeah.
Moses style.
Yeah, exactly. Go biblical all up in here.
Yeah, so he just walks out of the ocean.
Have you seen that film, The Prince of Egypt?
I haven't, but I do want to.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is a masterpiece of animation. It is gorgeous.
I'm sorry, I'm so far behind in my movies.
It's an old one. It's an old.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't it like 15 years old or something?
Yeah, it's really old now. I mean, not super old, but old enough that like it's been a while, but new enough that the animation still really, really holds up. They did a lot of CGI animation to show the Moses parting the sea.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Oh, C-Pran approves.
Yes. I'm being told.
C-Pran says you gotta do it.
Ah, okay. I think I remember now. So that's a DreamWorks film. I think that was put on air at the same time as Shrek.
Was it?
Oh.
Yeah, and I think I remember there was a thing saying whether the Shrek was the B film, and it ended up doing a little bit better in the cinemas, which is a shame because it's a beautiful film.
I actually really like both films.
I'll have to see if I have it on any of my streaming services in Canada. Not sure. I do run into some occasional issues with not being able to get all the same films.
Yeah, it might be a Disney
region
Plus
locks.
thing.
Silly
Although,
region
admittedly, my
locks.
latest problem is more that I can't draw and watch a show at the same time.
Oh, I know that feeling. Like listening to music's fine, but if you're watching a show that you need to actually pay attention to, that's never going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, drawing requires a lot of brain power for me.
What do other people do? Do people need silence, or do people need music, or can some people watch TV shows and draw at the same time? Or writing? I'm sure we've got some writers in the chat here. Apologies, I do drawing. I do drawing art, so I default to drawing art. I should also.
We do
music.
default. Swartz says they watch, but without subtitles, as long as it's easier if they've already seen it before.
Yeah, because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to, Bleep? Is that how you pronounce your username, Bleep?
Bleep.
Bleep?
Bleep.
It's got a Q at the end. I'm
It
not
is
sure
cute.
if you're silent.
It is a very cute name, by the way. Blip. I like your name.
I listen to variety music a lot, but I also do podcasts a lot these days.
Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of podcasts as well. Although podcasts I kind of have to pay attention to because I lose track of where everybody is very quickly if I'm not fully paying attention. It's easier for me when I'm doing sewing to listen to podcasts.
Yeah. I guess I don't use my brain very much when I'm drawing initially, especially when I get to the coloring phase. I just kind of zone.
Yeah, when I get to coloring, I tend to zone out. Which is yeah. I have an easier time like doing conversation and stuff when I'm in the coloring stage because I don't have to. It doesn't require as much brain power. I feel like.
So Cipran, when you say you do
comedy.
Sorry, Cipran, when you do the playthroughs, are you talking about like a let's play of a computer game or something? Yeah. Oh man, I actually really enjoy drawing to video games, like people playing video games. I don't know why. I don't know why it is that it's just relaxing listening to somebody else playing a video game while I do drawing.
I'm the same way, but I'm very strange with the types of video games that I enjoy watching streams of. I like it calms me down to watch horror games.
Yeah, I can sort of get that because I don't know what it is either. That's strange. For me it's any type of game, but like games where I'm not having to engage in what's going on the screen all the time, I think is the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean if it's one of those things that you have to read text on the screen to know what's going on. So I think also the Let's Player also makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very particular with the people that I like to watch. Preferably people that don't scream really loudly.
I have a long list of podcasts that I have been meaning to listen to, and I never find the time. It's like I collect them in my podcast app and then almost never listen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really there's a lot of really good history ones out there, and some sciencey ones too that make, I don't know, for me it's like fun learning.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Nonfiction and documentaries, Schwartz, definitely my jam.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of 90s, what's the genre called? Alt rock when I'm doing art. So listening to music's also really good for me. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, music's good.
Yeah.
We should probably
call that.
Speaking of music, I think we had decided last time we did this event that we were going to figure out how to stream music to the channel. Excuse me, my stomach's making noises. I don't know if my mic caught that. It probably did because it's a good mic, but my stomach's making noises. What I was trying to say is, I think we need to set up one of those Discord music bot things where like anyone who's in the channel can hear the music, but set it up to play like a copyright-free music since we're streaming. I have some playlists.
Copyright-free bit's the hard bit.
Well, I have playlists that are copyright-free, that are specifically for streamers. There's
which is amazing. It's so cool that there's people that just do that.
Yeah. There's Harris Heller is one of.
I've just put a bot in the chat, like a link to a bot in the chat. That's the one I use for another channel I'm in.
Oh, great! So this streams music from a Spotify thing to.
I'm not sure about if it's from a Spotify, but it streams music. I haven't looked too far into it, but that's what we use.
Okay, so probably need to be one that works with Spotify, since those are the playlists I know of that have copyright-free music.
Okay.
Yeah, but
we can talk about it later. Anyway.
Cpran says Hydra.bot works with Spotify as well.
Mm.
Oh, sweet. Okay, let's make note of that, and we'll get that set up. Excellent. Thank you, Cpran. Always looking out for us.
I love it.
We have a good community.
We do.
I might be
Nice.
biased, but
No, we do. We actually do have a really good community. Very supportive. It's actually, like, in a lot of ways, a lot easier to mod because people are just really respectful. You almost never have to, like, have a conversation with someone saying, hey, like, please be respectful of other people, because everyone is, if anything, like, overly worried about hurting someone else's feelings. If people are very nice.
Does anybody have any questions about? You go ahead, Ark.
No, I was just going to ask, how is people enjoying the boss battle at the moment? We're getting a lot of attacks going on. He's at half hit points at the moment.
I really want to do another attack, but I don't know if I'll have time. I'm gonna stream this real quick so people on the YouTube channel can see. 1 second.
You're going to show the boss battle?
Yeah.
Oh, Sports, what's the one you're streaming tomorrow? Is the... Oh, I'm so excited now.
Not quite half hit points, actually, looking at that.
So, yeah, the Vogue Vampire is down almost half HP.
Yeah, he's very close. Like, I mean, you could get one attack in and put him at half.
Mm-hmm. I only have one more attack planned for him, I think, and then I'm going to back off and actually concentrate on developing my characters.
Yeah, I really wanted to participate with my character Willow, but she hasn't discovered her elemental powers yet, so she can't participate, which is what I'm working on
You're
today.
doing that right now,
stream.
though, so you can get that through. So, like, with the boss battle with the Vogue Vampire, there's lots of different challenges that you can draw from. We have 11 different challenges. Some of them are writing only, some are art only. So the different challenges you can try is draw or write your character fighting the boss. You can draw or write your character trying to stop the boss without fighting them. Do you distract the vampire by asking them to dance? Or do they offer the vampire an ethically sourced meal? You can draw or write your character searching the halls and investigating other guests to try and identify the Vogue Vampire. You can draw or write your character trying to talk to the Vogue Vampire. Do they encounter them amidst an attack or take them down or talk them down? Do they go to speak with them after they are captured about why they crashed the ball? What is their story? While the Vogue Vampire threatens to overshadow the main event, a handful of determined adventurers refuse to let the ball fall flat. Draw or write your character trying to maintain the spirit of the ball in the face of danger. Draw or write your character making an even bigger mess of the ball than the Vogue Vampire. Was the ball a little too stuffy for your character? Are they furious at their debut was interrupted? Draw or write your character's feelings about the boss's arrival at the ball. Draw or write your character in a formal fit that you've never drawn them in before. How do they feel about fancy clothing? Find a painting that was made at least 200 years ago and do your best to mimic it with your character. We're getting a lot of entries with that.
Yeah, a
Really
lot of
fun.
entries with that one. That was a great prompt. I didn't really fully get that one when I first saw it on the list, and then when I started seeing people doing that prompt, I'm like, oh, this looks fun. Like, this looks like a lot of fun.
It's super fun. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is there's a lot of people who want to do like the Art Nouveau and stuff like that. So potentially we might want to allow for Art Nouveau and Art Deco and stuff like that. But like 200 years gets you to like Renaissance and medieval art and stuff like that, which I think is probably more in theme with the vampire.
Yeah.
So next one after that is a written only one where it's find a story or a poem that's written in a distinctive style. Try to mimic that style while featuring your character. And the last one is draw or write your character getting bitten by and becoming a vampire. So we've got a few people who, we've got a few people who are becoming a vampire. Me included. I got my character bit by a vampire too.
My character,
But he's not going to be a vampire, is he?
I hope not.
Yeah, I know how that one is kind of potentially problematic because it, interrupts the canon for your character, but I mean...
No, this is all alternative universe. Like, every
Yeah.
picture is an alternative universe. Like, this picture is an alternative universe where Brian got bit and becomes a vampire, potentially. Who knows? Or maybe somebody saves him before he becomes one.
Pran wrote, the write in a distinctive style prompt is super fun, but gosh, I wanted to write in the style of a finished work, but translating that style, how? That 600 damage, Sirocco, was a one-time thing, I think. So I think it was pretty... I haven't seen anything that high or even...
Setup, yeah. It was a specific setup. Like, everything was fire, and it was a Duracast with fire. Everything about it was,
Was it a critical
the most
hit?
amount of damage as possible.
I don't know. Was it a critical hit for Kiri and Brian on that one?
No, it wasn't. I think 600 was the base amount. Like, I wouldn't want to think what a critical hit would have been. I don't think you can do a critical hit with that.
Oh my word.
Can you critical with the weapon and Duracast?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
So, 600 is not the limit.
My alarm says it is... Sorry, my alarm says it's 4:30.
4:30! Do we know
Which
what
is
that
3:30
means?
your time.
That means... Wait, is it... It means it's time to spin the wheel! We're gonna we're gonna do a giveaway. Hang on. Let me set this up. Alright, so we're gonna do a giveaway of an elemental pearl of your choice. You'll have a choice between 4 elemental pearls. Apparently I have the wrong link here, but let me pull this up. Elemental pearl. Here we go. Here we go. So, giveaway time. If you want to participate, you'll have to be in the Discord and react to this message I'm about to post if you want to enter into it. Give me a second here. React to the Earth icon to enter the giveaway. Elemental pearl.
I'm really sorry if you can hear my cat yelling at us.
We can hear the cat yelling, but I'm sure it's got something really important to say.
Alright.
Yeah, it says...
Alright, it's giveaway time. So while people are clicking on that react, I'm going to briefly explain what these pearls do. So these elemental pearls, there's 4: earth, sky, water, and fire. With these pearls, you can craft elemental armor and elemental weapons in the PaperDemon Art RPG. So go ahead and click that icon in the chat to enter this giveaway. Staff, sorry, you cannot participate. I mean, you can, but we will pick a different winner. Okay, last chance to click that icon. All right, let's see. Now we are going to enter everyone's names. Hey, Bucky, you didn't enter. Click on the icon. Come on, I'll wait for you. Yeah, click on that little
green pearl.
the little green leaf
Yeah.
underneath where it says giveaway.
And it has 5 beside it currently.
If you're on a phone or tablet, just poke it. And if you're on a computer, click it.
Okay, I'll manually enter your name. It's all right. I got you. All right. So this thing enters everyone twice, so I gotta remove.
Oh,
We
that's
talked
right.
about last time you don't actually have to remove them if they're both in twice. It's the same.
If they're both in twice, yeah. Okay, Bucky dear, I'm adding you in. Okay, here we go. We're spinning.
Spin the wheel of
Spin the
fortune.
wheel. Here we go. Spin. Schwarzer, you're the winner. What element would you like? Please let me know in the chat. Earth, fire, sky, water.
I love that clapping frog. I don't know why.
Pepe.
Yeah, you let me know and then I'll transfer it into your inventory. Okay, back to drawing. You could just post it in the chat. It's fine.
Seaprin, you were mentioning before that once people start figuring out how to be the most efficient, then it starts becoming a problem when people start making efficient attacks. If people are going to do that, we'll just raise the hit points of the bad guys. That's all we'll do.
Wait, what?
It's
We have
not
a
a problem.
We have a few things that we're talking about in the suggestion box as well, I believe, for potential ideas that I think are really interesting.
Wait,
But we'll-
Mm.
sorry, I missed the conversation. What was the concern?
Sorry, you go
The
ahead.
characters are getting pretty buffed at the moment, and at the moment it's not a huge problem, but in the future maybe people are going to be doing huge amounts of damage, and that'll take out the boss too quickly.
Oh, I see. So,
Yeah.
there are even more mechanics planned to be rolled out in the next boss fight that are going to make the attack damage amounts go even higher. And as these mechanics are implemented, the boss HP is going to go up. So we basically are trying to make it so that the boss fight lasts roughly 2 to 3 weeks. Yes, HP inflation. That's what Schwarzer said. Yes, you have it right. So there will be inflation. I mean, the game is constantly evolving and changing, and we have to adjust the mechanics as we go. So that's just a given.
And I mean, it's really cool when you level up your character to the point where it's able to do 100, 200, 300, even 600 damage just in one hit.
Oh yeah.
It
Sounds
feels
fun.
good. It's a nice reward to feel like you're making an impact with your character. But like, hey, if you're hitting for 25 damage, that's still an impact. And you get to do some drawing, and it's fun.
And it's a really good way, like you told me when I first started the RPG arc. It's a really good way to quickly level up your character.
Oh yeah. With these boss fights, you're doing a lot of art. and that is the best way of getting yourself, like, loosening up your creativity, opening your mind up, drawing your character in multiple different angles in a short period of time. It's a great way of leveling up your skills.
I still find the hardest part is to stop at sketch, though.
Yeah, Yeah. It's actually really important, I think, to learn how to stop at sketch, because if you're being a perfectionist with all your art, that can kind of cripple you.
Yeah. No, it's for me, it's even relearning that, because for so long I didn't ever finish anything. And then I started saying, well, now I'm going to finish everything.
Yeah.
I
Both extremes.
I feel that very hard. Like, I want to finish everything, and it's not that because I just want to finish, like, to have finished things. It's more like, oh, I did the sketch and I'm really excited about this sketch and I really want to see it done, rather than like a completionist thing.
Yeah, and that's a better way of looking at it from a mental standpoint, for sure. Like, if you're finishing it because you're super excited, that's one thing. If you're finishing it because you're forcing yourself to have the perfect gallery, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some ideas don't need to be finished, and some ideas just needed to be made, to get it out of your head, to cleanse your mind of the not so good ideas. And it's not as if you can get rid of them. Like, it's a computer. If you're doing it on your computer, it's a computer. It's not taking up any physical space. You can go back to it whenever you want. If it's physical, you just put it aside, and when you feel like looking at it again, you can. And potentially there might have been an idea in it that you just didn't pick up on at the time. And perhaps future you might find the value in that idea and make a piece of art based off it. I've done that plenty of times, where I've had a facial expression that I couldn't at the time. I didn't have the skills to finish it, because I wasn't good enough at drawing expressions. But now that I'm better at drawing expressions, I've redrawn it, and it's become a really cool piece of art. Like that recent picture I did of Alex, the profile picture, that was an old sketch I did that at the time I was like, well, that didn't work out. Clearly. I didn't nail that expression, but now that I'm better at doing it, I made it a much better picture.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of merit in keeping your old art, even if you don't think at the time it's good.
I have to address something too. Pack Rep. Your coloring skills are not poor, but also I used to have this exact same hang up. Nobody here other than other than BogusRed and Ark knew me back when I was here before, but I only did black and white. I only did graphite pictures. And
Beautiful though.
well, but I hated going into color because I thought I wrecked everything.
And I know that. Yeah. I know that feeling.
Yeah. So getting past that hurdle is so hard. It's like it forces you into your own art block, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, whereas if you just do it, if you just sit down and color something like you're doing, Pack Rep, right now, you're gonna find yourself figuring out your groove and what you like to do with the colors as well, and you'll get more confident with it.
And as Minimade said, your colors look fantastic. I really like them too. But I mean, it's one of those things of feeling it inside your own heart as well.
Yeah. It might be something like over time it could be that in your mind you have a particular way that you want that art to come through, and what you envision in your head, your skills have not reached what you have envisioned in your head yet. And so that's a common like challenge for artists, is like you can see other people who have achieved a certain quality to their color or to their line drawing or whatever, and you can now you've advanced enough that you can see it but cannot yet replicate it. And so that is something that all of us as artists will experience during our art journey over and over again with different aspects. Sworger would like an earth pearl. I'm on it.
And also, I would say that the other thing with color is finding the medium that speaks to you most.
Yeah.
Or the combination of mediums. Because, like, I really didn't like pencil crayons before I found ones that... So the ones that I used are the now are the Faber-Castell polychromos. And they're actually oil-based rather than wax-based, which to me allows more blending, but also when I put the markers underneath them, I don't have that. What I really didn't like about pencil crayons and my old stuff was all the fleck that happened in the background. I liked things to be smooth. And that's just my personal preference for my art, not so much that other people can't have that. But, you know, finding that combination that makes you see what was in your head come onto the paper.
Yeah, pencil's such a textured medium as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I used to do a lot of felt tip pen with coloured pencil. So the felt tip pen was good for filling in all of the gaps, and then you put coloured pencil on top of it to give it the dimension and the colour variation that felt tip pens couldn't do.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a really fun combo, I think.
Mm-hmm. It works the same, like starting with a watercolor and then going into a colored pencil. And I'm talking about traditional because that's what I know, but
yeah,
both of you have hit your stride with digital media as well, and there's different types of that out there. So many different types of that.
Oh yeah, I really like to do watercolor as well, but I like what I get out of my digital art and enjoy doing digital art a lot more these days.
It's less messy for sure.
Yeah, more portable as well. Well, if you're doing a tablet, that's portable anyway.
I have to say, watercolor isn't as bad as other mediums when it comes to like mess. Like I feel like it's easy to just start painting with watercolor as opposed to acrylic. Like watercolor, you can let the paint dry in a pan and then immediately start picking up and put water in it and start using it again. You don't have to clean up your palette and all that stuff like with acrylics.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's
it's
a little easier to walk away and come back.
Painting.
Yeah.
Traditional painting is tough for me because I like to work from my couch. I put my references up on my TV on the wall.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about mess and looking down at this little pile of eraser bits that I have underneath my sitting spot and thinking that I really need to vacuum today.
Yeah, I ended up having to fully move to digital to be able to get used to digital because I was thinking in a traditional mindset whenever I was doing digital art. So that's the only reason why I'm doing digital only at the moment. But I'd like to go back to traditional and try it out again because I want to get really into watercolors because I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
I love the medium.
Yeah, I've kind of struggled with the same thing, trying to replicate watercolor digitally is hard to do as something I've wanted to do, and I've tried buying certain brushes and everything, but the whole mentality of how you use the brushes is completely different digitally than if you're doing it traditionally.
I like how you made her wings all transparent slightly. Like the background's shining through her wings.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's really cool.
Thank you. Do you want to share an in progress for yours in the chat?
I've made a whole bunch of oblongs so I can do some thumbnails. So that's been my progress so far. Sorry.
I'm not worried about it further. Do you remember any of the artist names at that anime convention you went to?
Who are you talking to, sorry?
Schwartz.
Ah.
Lalvan.
Oh, Lalvan, yeah. He's on YouTube. He's got beautiful watercolors.
Oh, I think I've seen. It's a guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen. Does he have like white hair or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen his channel in a while, but I remember seeing his stuff before.
Oh, Schwartz.
Really cool
I think you mixed me up with Ark. You were doing the critique for my stuff in the RC.
Yeah, Soroko's put a good point out there. When they said when they have problems with colors, they turn the picture into black and white in Photoshop, and that way they can see better what the problem is. that technique is really good because you can see the lighting of the picture. Because a lot of the times problems with colors is actually the fact that you don't have a light source. So that'll show you whether you have a light source or whether or not everything's grey toned and blending in with each other because it's relying on the line art too much. It's a really good technique.
Yeah, it's very good technique. A lot of times with my art, not for most pieces, not so much these days, but ones where I really have really dramatic lighting, I will actually paint it in black and white first to kind of figure out what the value structure of the piece is. So yeah, that's a great tip. Thanks for sharing that, Sirocco.
Yeah, another really good tip for coloring and stuff is also, for a similar reason, is having a preview of the picture nearby so you can see what it looks like small. If it reads well as a small image, then it's probably going to read very well as a big image as well. So that's another really good technique, which I think it relies a lot on lighting and stuff. I think would I be right with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
you're
seeing, like, when I was studying, my teacher used to say, like, to squint at your art, because then you kind of take away all the detail and you're seeing the piece as a whole in terms of how well the value structure works or whatever. But yeah, you showing a preview, a small preview thumbnail in the corner kind of does the same thing. Yeah, that's a great tip.
Yeah. Because, I mean, in reality, you can color things whatever color you want it to be, but the lighting has to be correct. If the lighting's not correct, it won't look right.
And there's another interesting thing about that. So, sorry, back in my day, when I was younger, we had in our art class a completely colorblind man. His name was Scott, and he made the most amazing artwork, and he couldn't see any of the colors that he put down, but because he wasn't blocked by any of that aesthetic, he ended up with, because he could only see the values, he ended up with just the most amazing combinations. And I think that's really interesting as well. It's an exercise that people can actually do, where they just use value combinations and try to paint everything in black and white with all your saturation turned down to minimum.
Yeah, there's actually my art professor described that exact thing of other students who are colorblind but then produce amazing color in their work because they're just focused on the value. I will say, though, to counter what Arkillian just said about, like, if you don't have a good light source or whatever, the piece falls apart. Not necessarily. Like, the Impressionist era, a lot of the art was mostly focused on color and not so much on value. Mm-hmm. So your art can still work even if you don't have a strong value structure, but it also depends on the type of art you're creating.
Well, and you can use texture to the same effect, right? It's mostly the contrast that you're getting from one source or another.
Mm-hmm. Contrast is the meaning of life. This is another
meaning of art, anyway.
That is what one of my professors used to say, anyway. Which I think is good advice.
That's okay, Dre. We're happy to have you lurking.
Hey, Dre.
And yes, I am totally an old granny, Schwartz. Not actually a granny, but... Sometimes I feel that way.
Our old bodies are falling apart, huh?
Oh man, we're all getting so old.
I'm not going that far yet. Give me a little bit of time.
When did we get so old?
What member number are you, Minimade? Because you must be like in the low numbers.
Low numbers? No, I'm not in the low numbers. I'm in the middle numbers.
The middle? No. Member number.
Oh. Like my actual...
Yeah, your PaperDemon ID. Because you've been around with us for ages. 312. There you go. 312. You're triple digits.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
I thought you meant my actual age.
2005. So you were here 1 year less than me. So you've been in PaperDemon for 17 years.
Yeah, I started in 2005.
How is it
Yeah.
that PaperDemon is this old? I don't know.
So tell everyone how PaperDemon started, because
It's not that exciting of a story, but I can tell it. Basically, when I think I first came up with this idea when I was in high school or something, or maybe I had just started college, and I'm like, this internet thing is really cool. Wouldn't it be cool if my friends' art and my art was all on a website? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, this is such a, like,
cool.
not a novel thing now because of social media. But at the time, like, there wasn't really a lot of places where you could just, like, upload your art. And at the time when it started, you had to email me your artwork, and then I had to, like, plug it into, write some HTML or plug it into the database manually. And then eventually
That was before my time.
that was before your time, but I think by the time you came along, like, I actually wrote good code where you could just, like, create an account and log
when
in
I
and
joined
start.
the website, you could upload things.
Yeah.
So in 2004, you'd had that code.
Yes.
Mhm.
But before
Yeah,
that,
and-
it was like you had to email me
Mhm.
what you wanted uploaded.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, like back then, DeviantArt was still in its baby years, and it didn't have a fan art category, and I didn't know where to post anything because I had all this original art, and it was all like indie art and all these weird category names. It was like it was very difficult to navigate DeviantArt back in those days.
Mhm.
No, I really like PaperDemon, and it had a beautiful aesthetic to it, and it's kept that aesthetic. Like, if you guys go to the main page and you see the aesthetic of it, it's always been a very beautiful website.
Oh, thanks.
And you're running that alongside the PaperDemon Media channel, eh?
PaperDemon Media, we haven't really done much with it in a while. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah, but like back in the days, it was pretty active, and that
Yeah.
was with Zarbon's Masterpiece Theatre.
Mhm.
I
I
freaking loved
remember
it.
that.
It was great.
Yep, we had, like, our own little viral animated comedy.
It was a load of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I very much enjoyed doing that. The project kind of fell apart for various reasons, but we had started a new
That's fine.
series, and it was very complicated and time consuming, and that's why not a whole lot of that had been released yet.
Percy, do you want to talk to Cpran? No? You're going to be silent? Okay.
Is that your cat?
One of
Yeah,
them.
I assume.
He sort of stared at my phone and then looked at the door and was like, let me out now. I'm done. I have two black, very fluffy cats. Ridiculously fluffy.
Oh, do you have photos?
Oh, so many.
Share in the chat. Share
Knew
in
it.
the chat.
I'm a fur mama. You didn't miss the kitty. The kitty decided not to say anything.
Oh.
The kitty said, let me out. Here, just a sec. There's him with his hind legs so far up, he's almost doing it sit up with his feet.
Aw,
No.
Oh, cute cat.
Pretty cute kitty.
Yeah.
Now for those of you in the chat, what Susie's drawing is an example of a paper demon in the paper demon universe. Willow's a paper demon, so she's got the antlers and the demon wings. What other things can you tell us about paper demons, Susie?
You're asking me a really hard question because I haven't really thought it through. Despite our website being called Paper
Hey, I'll
Demon.
track the kitty.
Yeah, post more kitty pictures. I can't answer this question. It's too hard.
Oh, what a tat. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, the name came from... I did some fan art. actually, of Vegeta a long time ago, of him as a demon. I may have based it on some fan fiction that I read. I don't remember. It's a long time ago, but I called it PaperDemon because he was kind of like a... It was on, like, parchment. It was drawn on, like, a parchment texture, and he was kind of, like... What's the right word? Vulnerable. And, like...
Oh.
I guess... Yeah, I'm not good with words. But, like... weak, like, paper, you know? Which is... And I called the artwork PaperDemon, and I'm like, I really like this name. Maybe I'll name the website this.
Give me a sec. Like, I actually think I can see the image here. Can I share it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so this image here, I believe, when it loads. This image here. Is that the one you mean?
Yes, that
Yeah.
was...
That's so similar to the one that I got my coaster of from you, which I still have.
Oh my gosh. I don't even remember.
You don't even remember.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a tattoo for the skin, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, no, there's definitely Vegeta vibes because it's very actually specifically Vegeta.
Yes.
But Vegeta is a demon. Because for quite a while, he was the paper demon. I think you've done a Link one as well, haven't you?
There's a Link one. There's another Vegeta one, and they were part of the site design for a while. Like every year, every couple of years, I'd try to change out the footer or the header of the site. Yeah, we don't use it anymore for copyright reasons. Yeah, so now we use original characters,
which is where Willow comes in, and a few other characters.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the best at coming up with lore and that kind of stuff, so I don't.
We need more writers on staff.
Yes.
Yeah. But you used to do a lot of fan art of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
You still? Curious.
The paper demon footer. Give me a sec. I'll just have a look. Yeah, that's a picture of Willow, I believe. Willow's in the footer, right?
It's a different demon. That's not Willow.
Oh.
Looks like Willow though.
It does look
I'm like
Willow.
Akira Toriyama. All my characters look the same.
We've got to start giving them crooked teeth.
Crooked teeth? What?
I don't know,
Huh?
something charactery.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
Something
to
different.
differentiate them.
It's 4:00. You know what that
It is
means?
4 o'clock.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Guys, get
It
hyped.
means time for more elemental
It's time.
baubles.
Mine says I have 8 seconds left before my alarm goes.
Okay, we'll wait the 8 seconds.
No, I turned it off, so you better do it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to
I
do
forget.
do you want me to do the elemental pearl link thingy? What's it?
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just copy and paste what you had
Yes,
before.
copy paste. All right. We're going to do another
I love the
giveaway
technical speech.
of the
Okay.
elemental pearls.
Okay, it's now 4 p.m. So here we go. And I will put fire as the. Oh no, I've put earth as, so I'll just put the earth pearl. Give me a sec. React with the earth. There we go. Cool.
Right.
All right. So, oh.
Let's see. How do I clear the names? There we go. All right. Giving you a couple more minutes to react to that.
Dre, you should react with the elemental pearl one.
Dre did.
Oh, okay. I just saw that they reacted with the heart as well.
All
They
right.
did both.
All right. Here we go. I'm plugging the names in.
Time for the drum roll.
Okay.
Oh, some of them go in twice and some of them don't. That's strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Dre's only gone in once.
Oh, no, Dre's in there twice. The second one is like their other name or something.
Ah.
Okay. Spin. Like, they probably have a server name versus a... Here we go.
Yeah.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Ooh.
It's Blebk. Blebk! What kind of pearl do you want?
Yeah.
Is it BBQ? Like barbecue? I just want to know.
Can you explain the pearls again, Sophie?
Okay, so
Sorry,
if you are crafting a elemental weapon or elemental armor, you use one of these pearls and it will determine the elemental power of your weapon or armor. So if you want like a water weapon, you want water. Okay. Yeah. What is your PaperDemon username? Can you type it in the chat for me so I can deposit the water pearl into your inventory? BlebQ. All right. There we go. Oh my gosh, your icon is really cute. Let me change my view here so you can see. All right, water pearl coming up. Water pearl.
I must silence myself for a second, just a moment.
Boba tea.
Element.
The tastiest pearl.
I'm back.
Bloop. Okay, it's in your inventory. Oh, yes. I really love boba tea, by the way. I am a huge fan. Is that a thing in New Zealand?
It is a thing in New Zealand. We have like a whole bunch of boba tea stores like Gongcha. I believe Gongcha's everywhere in the world at this point, but like we've got a whole bunch of indie places as well. So it's become reasonably popular. I think it took a while to get to New Zealand though. Oh, you should try boba. Boba's really cool.
It's expensive though.
So like boba tea is like a you get a tea. Sometimes the tea is a sweet tea, or it could be like a more of an oolong or something like that, and have like little tapioca pearls in it. And the tapioca pearls, when you suck them up with the straw, they kind of they give it a little bit of a texture type thing, and they're a little bit gummy.
I usually get
some people really don't like them, and some people love them. It's kind of
yeah. I'm a bit 50-50 with boba, the pearls themselves, because of the fact that they've got such a strange texture.
Mm-hmm.
I do like them. It's just that I have to be in a particular mood for it.
Yeah, I usually get like jellies or the popping bobas. I don't like the tapioca ones.
Ah, okay, yep.
I don't know if they have those different toppings there or not, but
what's the popping one?
It's like you have like strawberry popping pearls. They're like little popping. They're the shape of the tapioca pearls, except they're just filled with juice. Like strawberry juice, and like you crunch on them and they just burst in your mouth, and it's like a burst of happiness and flavor and wonderfulness.
I love your description. I love your description of it.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
I love boba. I'm a boba fan, but my husband is absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. I can get one with all of his pearls, and he can have no pearl.
My husband is not a fan of the impact on our bank account. Susie, why are you spending so much money on boba tea?
Because it's good.
It's tasty.
It's just a drink. I don't understand.
It's my fallacy.
Why are you spending so much money on that? Sorry.
It's a filling drink.
I mean, it could be one of those things, like I've got a friend of mine who exists because he drinks so much Mountain Dew it becomes his blood. I mean, maybe it's your blood and you're replenishing it. I'm a boba tea vampire.
Egg yolks?
Yeah, I looked at it, I was like, I guess. A
I
little
just
nervous.
saw that Dre posted a question a long time ago. Do you still need an answer to that from not from the chat, Dre, but from when you were asking about whether or not you just need to be here to win pearls? You need to be here and you need to click the little pearl icon when it comes up every half hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have to draw anything with us, although we do like people draw with us.
Yeah, yeah.
I encourage people to share their work in progresses that they're working on at the moment while we're doing the stream.
Yes, please do.
If any of you are drawing, please share it.
Please share your art in the chat so we can admire and encourage.
We've been distracting you too much, Schwartz. If it makes you feel better, I cannot draw and be on here on my phone at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
I used to be able to draw with noise around me really easily when I was doing conventions all the time, but since I've stopped doing conventions, it's just like, oh no, I need silence.
It's not the noise. I actually really like noise when I'm drawing. I just can't type and I'm watching the chat, so
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be a bad chat watcher if I were trying to draw.
Well, you can draw. I mean, all of us are trying to watch the chat at the same time. So if you wanted to draw, please do.
That's okay. That's literally what I've been doing all day. So as soon as I'm done the chat, I'll do it again.
Thank you. Thank you for being such a good monitor of the chat.
I try. I try so hard.
Thank God so far. There were pictures looking really pretty, BogusRed.
Thank you. Thank you. I haven't added
Yeah,
the sparkles
sometimes
yet,
I've
though.
Oh no! Could add the sparkles.
Floaty sparkles.
Those always
Sometimes it's good to take a break, right, Packrat? Sometimes we burn ourselves out when we get too excited. Percy, you just went out. Why do you need in again?
Oh, kitty.
He just comes to the door sometimes just to remind me that he's alive and just meows at me and then runs away when I come up to him. He's a brat. An adorable brat,
Yeah,
but a brat.
I like that.
So, what's everybody's plans for the weekend?
You want us to talk about our personal lives? I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just
You
kidding.
don't have
I'm
to.
teasing you. Teasing you.
Oh,
You can
cool.
make something up.
What?
Oh, that is awesome, Bleb.
Oh, very good. I like it.
They better watch out for that tsunami behind them, though.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Schwartz's stream tomorrow for sure.
Awesome.
I'm not
I'm
gonna be
probably going to
around
work
for it.
this weekend.
I refuse to work this weekend, but I don't run my own business, so.
Yeah. Weekends are my time to get work done. I mean, I'm sure I'll have family time too.
I should probably adult a little bit.
Oh yeah, laundry and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, the husband does most of the house chores, but I'll have to do a little bit, like vacuuming.
Oh yeah, we need to vacuum. The baby is like crawling around on the ground now. Like, well, not crawling, but rolling, I should say. So he is, probably don't want him rolling around on a carpet full of cat hair. So need to vacuum.
Hosting marshmallows and ice skating is coming up. Oh my goodness. 2 different people, not the same person.
An interesting combination, though.
ice skating while toasting mushrooms.
Yes.
That's awesome. Oh, Sirocco, that's so good.
Ooh, I like that, Sirocco. Nice drawing.
Love how it's coming up. He doesn't want to get drawn.
No, he doesn't. I like his mischievous little smile.
He's so cute. Slime Rancher 2. I've only heard of the first one, but I'm again really behind.
What is Slime Rancher?
It's a video game where you essentially suck up different types of slime and then bring them back to your ranch and then breed them for different purposes in a very, very small nutshell. It's got really cute art. Really cute art.
So, in the chat, what kind of mediums do people do their art with? Like, do we have mostly digital artists, traditional artists, writers? What we got in the chat? And if you do traditional, what medium? Like, do you use a pencil? Do you use paints, watercolors? If you do digital, what kind of program do you use? Do you draw on a tablet?
So many questions.
Oh yeah, got to be specific. You can't just be a digital artist. You're a digital artist with Procreate or with Photoshop or with Clip Studio Paint. And yeah, we've got a critter artist.
I've never heard of Critter.
Yeah, Critter's an open source program. It's really good.
Oh, I only have what's the one that I have? Is GIMP.
Oh yeah, GIMP's also an open source one. Yeah.
But lately I don't have a tablet, so I just use it to edit the size of my pictures.
Yeah, that's fair. You going to get yourself another tablet?
One day maybe, but I'm really enjoying my traditional art right now. I'd have to get something that would hook up to my laptop digitally or wirelessly, sorry.
Oh yeah, Posca pens are really fun to play with. I've got one white Posca pen. I did some snow with it once, and that was really cool. Because the Posca pens, they have like a pump action on the tip, so you can just like stab it on your page and make perfect circle dots for the snow.
Yeah.
Like, Posca pens are like paint. Like, it's really thick.
Yeah. I'm having similar fun with my India ink markers right now, which I'm finding are a lot more opaque than I thought they would be. But yeah.
Oh. Pixarchy. What's Pixarchy? I've never heard of that before.
The pixel art program.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before. What platform is that on? Is that an iPad program? And yeah, Fruity, pencil's really fun. I learned how to draw with pencil. And when I was learning colour for the first time, it was coloured pencils. And that was me for a very, very, very long time. Yeah, pencils are good. They're nice dry mediums, so they don't make a huge amount of mess. You just got to learn to sharpen your pencil a lot. Huh?
Speak for yourself. My pencils make a huge mess. I get graphite everywhere.
I suppose also you get graphite on your palms and stuff like that as well, eh?
And then you scratch your cheek and you've got a gray streak running across like you've been in the coal mines. And
yeah.
Yeah, finish a day of drawing and your husband looks at you and goes, "Where have you been?"
I've been in the coal mines drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't seal the pictures with a sealant, then they do the same thing with everything around them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I have pictures from when I was too young to know about fixative that are essentially just gray blurs at this point.
Yeah, I put all of my old art into a clear file, but like there's some art that didn't make it into the clear file in quick enough time, and I had a picture that I drew which I really liked, but the opposite page was a charcoal picture, and I didn't know about fixative, and it's completely blurred out. Like you can't you can't see the pencil underneath it because of all the charcoal
Yep.
that's transferred onto it. But like, when I first drew the pictures, they were quite a bold pencil. Like I was using an HB, I think number 2 pencil for Americans. But an HB is quite a dark pencil, and I did all my art in these HBs. But like, you'd think that I'd done it in a really, really light pencil because they've almost disappeared. Like they're ghosts on the page.
I used to use anything from 2B to 6B.
Oh, that's a heavy pencil.
Well, when I did the graphite work back in the day, the stuff that you have was on mechanical pencil, I think. At that point.
Yeah, because it's got very delicate lines.
But it's a 2B mechanical pencil.
Yeah.
And I would do everything with a darker pencil because otherwise I had such a light hand. I didn't like pushing hard on the paper at all.
The opposite.
I was afraid.
I'm the opposite. I have like the stabby hand when it comes to drawing. Because I don't have a fingertip on my index finger, so I've got no pressure sensitivity.
Yeah, you mentioned.
Yeah, so I use a 2H, which is a hard pencil, and with the 2H I get like 2B pressures. They come out really dark.
There, I just put a photo of how the current pressure that I use for my colored pencils has created a bone lump on my my finger from how I hold my pencil.
Oh, wow. Oh.
So I'm not
ouch.
scared anymore.
That's pretty significant. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I've got some fingers that bend in some strange directions, but I don't have a callus.
Yeah, I have a massive callus.
Wow,
Like,
that's not
the
fine.
way I
That's
hold
just a
my
callus.
pencil.
It's just a callus, like
it's a callus
people-
over top of bone. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I've always held my pencils there. So some people get them like on the end of their
You're
middle
afraid that
finger.
your pencil's
Or
gonna run away.
Hmm?
Are you afraid that your pencil's gonna run away?
No, but I don't like it when I get the white dots with my pencil crayons. I push harder. I burnish.
Gosh.
I burnish.
I
Yeah.
have kind of a heavy
Gosh.
hand too, but I don't like I have like a death grip, and then I
Mhm.
end up having
I'm so
RSI
scared of
pain
being on
later.
YouTube's like bad side. Because like if you've got that much of a death grip on a pencil.
Mine's not that bad though. I don't have a callus or anything.
I
Yeah,
got
I
it also because when I used to take notes, because I'm from that, the generation where we took notes by hand.
Yep.
So, university for so many years as well, right? And taking everything by hand, it built up. And it just, even when I don't write or draw for a long time, it's always there. So that's why I think it's bone. It just lives there.
Yeah. No, I can't hold a pencil properly, so that's probably why I don't have one, because I have to hold a pencil really strangely because I don't have a fingertip on my index finger.
Yeah.
Because
Why is
like
that?
well, my finger got cut off when I was a kid.
Ooh.
I've lost a centimeter of my drawing index finger, and because of it, my fingernail sits forward of my fingertip. So I don't actually have a fingertip as such. It just goes straight into finger. So I kind of have to hold my pencils in between my index and my middle finger. So my middle finger kind of has a little bit of a callus on the side of it. And that's because of holding pencils, and it's got a slight bend to it because of how I hold it. I mean, you find a way, like,
Yeah.
you find a way.
Yeah,
But,
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, you just do things slightly different, but it's why my middle finger has a slight bend to the left on it. I have a dip on my ring finger on the cuticle. It got so bad when I went to an entrance exam for game design. Now it's better. I had to get a silicone grip for my Apple Pencil. Yeah, I thought about getting a silicone grip, but then I can't charge my pencil. That trick works really well if you've got one of the older Apple Pencils, the first generation ones where they charge with the FireWire connector. But the second generation, they've got a induction. So they have a magnetic grip on the side of the iPad, and they do it through induction. They have to be touching it. So you can't really... Well, I suppose you can use the grip, but you'd have to take it off to charge it. Yeah, if I took the grip off all the time, I'd absolutely lose it.
Yeah.
It'd
I'm
be
learning
gone
so
in
much.
seconds. It's like, yeah, that was fine the first time I used it, and then it's gone. So I guess that was an experience. Yeah, no, I've just had to figure a way of holding the pencil without dying. It's sad, like the Pencil 2 has a thing where you can double tap it to turn it into a razor, and I can't use that because I don't have a fingertip. So I can't double tap my pencil.
Turn it into a razor, did you say?
Yeah, if you have the Pencil 2 and you double tap it, like it's got a flat edge on it, and if you double tap the flat edge, it turns it into a eraser.
Oh,
which
and
is really
razor.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard razor like a shaving
No,
implement.
an eraser. And it's really cool, but like I kept by mistake turning it into a razor because I don't have a proper fingertip. And sometimes I tap it with my fingernail rather than my finger, and it wouldn't register it at all, and it's a big pain in the ass. I had to turn it off in the end. And I mean, hey, every artist has got their struggles, right?
Yeah, I thought that the razor was a little too hardcore too, Seabran.
Yeah. No, I'm not quite ready for that yet. It's the hardcore drawing method. Oh, so
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment, so my nose is a little bit blocked. So.
This is
And
also
also
actually the first
accents.
time I've ever heard your real voice in the
Oh,
last
really?
7 years. Yes, this is the first time I've talked to you with vocals.
Wow.
I'm really sorry you're getting me at my absolute worst quality.
Oh, I actually didn't
This
even
is
know
your
that
worst
you were
quality,
sick.
then we're doing pretty good.
Like,
No, I mean, for all
Well, I
intents
mean,
and purposes, I should be fine by now. But my cold just kind of started coming back over the last week, and it's like, oh, really?
you actually don't sound that bad.
Oh, okay, that's good because I can't breathe through my nose at all.
Yeah, we should be doing of the talking to stop you from having
No,
quite.
no, it's fine. It's fine if you don't notice it, then it's fine.
No.
Just know that I can't breathe through my nose at the moment, so some of the words that I say is not coming out correctly. I wonder if that fixes my accent for you guys. Maybe that's what it's doing.
Fixes your accent. Your accent is fine the way it is.
I
You don't
know,
need to
but
fix
everyone's
your
all like,
accent.
oh, you've got such an accent, but nobody's commenting about how much of an accent I've got, so maybe it fixes my accent. Turns it into an American one.
Oh, you definitely still have the accent.
Okay, that's
You
good.
still sound like you're from New Zealand.
Ah, good.
And Susie and I sound almost the same because we're Westerners.
Canada,
Yeah.
America's hat.
Hey, you're our shoe.
Thank you, Sepran. I like to hear that I have a cool accent.
Yeah,
I
you do
like
have a
it.
cool accent.
I get nervous.
You don't need to be nervous.
Yeah,
You speak very clearly.
you're doing a great job. Fantastic job.
Yay. So, at what stage of your art are you at, Susie? Are you doing the sparkle stage? So I see you're putting a glow on Willow.
I'm doing a glow, and when I'm done with some touch-ups, then I will start to do the sparkles.
Yay.
I mean, I could spend more time on these, like, vines and stuff, making them more articulated, but it would take me forever, and I don't want to spend forever on this, so I'm trying to... It'd be nice if I could get it mostly done by the end of the stream, you know?
Well, you got like just over half an hour.
Yeah, so I better go quick. Fast. Speed run!
It's
Speed
looking
run!
really good though.
Thank you. Speed run.
That's right, Inky. All of us have an accent from one point of view or another.
Yeah. See, for me, everybody around me talks like I do, so you guys every single one of you have a different accent. It's like, but it's a little bit different for me because it's the American accent, so I'm used to hearing it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different for me listening, because for me it's also vaguely normal because I'm so used to hearing it on TV, so yeah.
CPRAN
Yeah.
will eventually get something up there about paper demons so you can hear more about paper demons. One day we will have lore. Texan accents are awesome, Packrat. And yes, I am also Canadian, and apparently I have a very British accent when I try to speak Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Which is, yeah.
That's something. Specifically Japanese.
Well, I only speak French, English, and Japanese. And
Only.
the French just... Yeah. So the people that I speak French to usually just look at me funny and tell me that I have an awful accent, so I don't know if it sounds British.
Oh, so rude. Oh, man.
But yeah. At least the Japanese people will tell me, "Oh, you sound like you're from Britain."
Yeah, I hear that Quebec French has a lot of differences from French.
Yes, there are quite, especially in the slang terms of things. I actually learned French from people from I took French immersion when I was in school, and late French immersion, like so from grade 8 to 12. And everybody that taught me was from Ontario or thereabouts, so it's probably more Quebec French that I speak than French. True Canadian. No, do a wonderful Paper Demon OC upload, Wyvern Toots.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Submit it as soon as you can. Like, don't wait. Like, especially if you really want to get into that particular character. If you want to submit it, just submit it. The queues at the moment are a little bit slow, but only because of the fact that we've got a battle going on at the moment. It'll be done within a few days.
Not the battle, just the upload.
Yeah, the upload. Like,
battle's gonna be more than a few days, I would think.
Like it hasn't been too bad. Cupcakes have been processing things within kind of 3 days type thing. There's been a hell of a lot of stuff for her to do approvals from, because you guys have been drawing so much. You guys have been amazing. Like, I know there's a lot of people who are worried that the boss is at half hit points at the moment, but that's a testament to how much art you guys have been doing, and it's only a good thing. You guys have been doing.
It's also been almost 3 weeks, right? So it's been like two and a half.
Yeah,
weeks.
I think the boss has been going at a good pace. I think you guys are doing a great job. I wouldn't worry about him disappearing too quick. Like, I think it's going at a good pace.
It's 5:30.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh,
It's giveaway time.
Giveaway time.
Giveaway time.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Giveaway
I have such a
time.
twitchy thumb. I keep wanting to react with the pearl, but I'm not allowed.
I mean,
do
you
too.
could,
Like, oh, leave me at.
but if your name comes up, we'll re-roll.
You'll
Yeah.
delete me.
Aw.
All right, let me switch the.
Automatic.
Yeah,
reaction.
exactly, Seafad. I just feel the need. It's like when you're in a class and everybody's being really quiet and you just have to say something.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this chat and you're in the chat room, go react to that post and we'll give away an elemental pearl.
And for
The
those,
elemental pearl
actually, we're not doing an elemental pearl for this one,
Oh.
are we? Oh, we are. No, we
The
are.
next one's
That's
the
right.
big one.
The next
No,
one's the
that's
big one. Yes, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just stick
Spoke
around
too
until
soon.
for another half hour. There's going to be something extra special.
Yeah. So this elemental pearl, you can make some special armor so that the boss has a difficult time attacking you, or you can make a elemental weapon so that you can also do lots and lots of damage. Or if you're the wrong element for fighting this boss, you can make a elemental weapon that's good against the boss and do a lot more damage. So you can make up for the fact that you're a weak type. I think Earth is weak against this particular boss. If you made yourself a fire weapon, you'd be super effective against this particular villain. Or when I say villain, the boss.
By the way,
He's
Holy
not
water
necessarily
would
a
be
villain,
hilarious.
'cause you could like him.
if you're not sure how to craft a weapon or armor, there should be within the battle guide on the homepage. If you click on battles, it takes you to the battle guide, and somewhere in here, let's see, where is it? There is a section. Where is it? Is it at the bottom?
Oh, Schwartz just posted it for
Somewhere
us.
in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Schwartz just
armor
posted
and
it.
weapons. It's under the items section of the guide. I'll take a quick screenshot and I'll link it.
Yeah, also just a reminder, you guys who are in the battle, you can heal your characters. So like you can purchase a healing item. Some of the healing items do more healing for a specific elemental type, and then request some healing. Do we have a link to the healing stuff?
All the healing information should be in the battle guide as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So these are the guides for crafting weapons and crafting armor.
Did we do our draw yet?
No, we were just explaining while we were waiting. Okay, so now that everyone has reacted, let's do our draw. Oh, we got 10 people this time.
Yes. One of
Okay.
them's me.
Oh, okay.
Because you couldn't hold back.
Oh no,
because
I had to put the reaction there so other people can react to it.
yeah,
Okay, here we go.
I thought that you were making a
Okay.
point because I said that I have a hard time.
We're spinning the wheel. Bloop. Cpran.
Ooh.
Cpran.
Cpran, you're our winner. Which elemental pearl would you like?
Pepe. Earth.
Earth. All right, you got it. Cpran. Cpran has 2 pages of items in their inventory. Holy cow. They have a lot of items.
Gonna get another one now.
Earth.
Oh, look at all the ARPGs we've got.
Strong latent
You have one or
element
two.
giveaway winner. Bloop. Oh yeah, looks like you play Dragons of Aquila. Lots of items from that. Oh my goodness, you have 7,100 pearls from Dragons of Aquila. Oh, you got all kinds of stuff.
Yay.
That's awesome.
I love seeing all the loot from all the different ARPGs.
Yeah, I do too. The item art is so good. It's like if you're an artist and you want to like get motivated to draw, create your own ARPG because that'll certainly like give you a lot of things to do. Like all the item art and everything. Congrats, Cpran.
Yay! And our next giveaway is going to be in 25 minutes. And that's going to be our final giveaway.
Yep.
So stick around.
Yeah, stick around. Stick around to get the cool items.
That's okay, Pack Rat. I only just started with the PaperDemon ARPG 2 weeks ago too. Like the day that the boss came out, I think is when I drew my first character.
And if you get stuck on anything, we're here to help you. We know that it's not the easiest thing to learn how to play. Like, we're trying to work on making it easier to understand and make the interface easier, but, like, we know that it's not super easy right now, so just like let us know in the Discord and we're here to help you.
Yeah, like we're working on the UI at the moment to make it more automated and easier to do. So as time goes along, everything's going to get easier, but just at the moment, things are as they are. But we can help out people if you have questions on how to do stuff.
Yeah, we've got a big
Yeah.
update that's going to be coming out in about within a month that is going to make some improvements to our UI.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be really awesome.
Yes. Yes.
I'd say too that Ark and I are usually in the Discord, one or the other of us, because we're on almost opposite time zones. So we're there to help you, either of us.
No one talks while I'm able to talk. It's always during my work hours.
I'm a bad girl though, and I keep it open while I'm working because I work from home.
Yeah.
You keep what open? The Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing every once in a while, and I need to not be looking at numbers for a quick second.
And now the internet knows. Now your bosses know.
It's okay. They don't mind. I'm pretty self-motivated.
As long as your work gets done. Right?
It's right. Right.
Packrat, for breaking artist block, some people have an artist block because they don't know what to draw, and some people also find it a lot easier to be inspired to draw more if there is a reward at the end of it that's physical and visual. So ARPGs are really good for getting out of artist block for people who are like that. Not everyone obviously has art block that is fixed in that sort of way. So I can understand that there may be, yeah.
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about the motivations behind our design for the game.
Yeah, that'd be a really good idea, I think.
That can help. Is like, okay, so for those who aren't aware, I have ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. And those of us that have it, we tend to have a hard time doing things that we know are good for us. But we just can't get started, or we know we should do them, but we don't. So we need an immediate reward for doing something. So PaperDemon's Art RPG is kind of designed as a way to give you that external reward and motivation to help get you to do something, which is why we give you XP right away. And then the additional rewards, we would love to give them right away too, like your item drops and everything, but we have to have a human verify and make sure that what you drew actually met the challenge requirements. But having an immediate reward as soon as you upload, it's gives you that rush of oh yes, I did it, I finished it. So yeah, I kind of envisioned this as being a way to help those who have ADHD, and also across the neurodiverse spectrum. There's many other forms of neurodiversity that are impacted by motivation issues. Depression is one. So having that gamified, having a game basically just kind of makes it more fun and helps get you to do something that is outside your comfort zone, because we've also got the prompts and everything. So that's kind of the thinking behind it, is to help motivate people who are stuck. Of course, we've got a lot of people who are playing that don't have art block, but just like to draw a lot and have a lot of time to do it. But we are also trying to help people who are, on the neurodiverse spectrum and looking for something to help them to get started and get out of their creative rut.
I can tell you that this ARPG has encouraged me to draw a hell of a lot more than I was before it. It took me a while before I got into the ARPG because I was having really, really, really bad art block, and I needed to kind of get myself past that really, really bad part. But once I started making a character and started drawing pictures of him, it really got me thinking about different sceneries, different scenarios, and that diverse thinking really brought me out of the art block that I was in fully, completely and utterly. And I can happily say that I don't have any art block at the moment. I'm being a hell of a lot more creative with my art. My art output's a lot faster. I've noticed an improvement in my art since I started doing the ARPG. And I mean, I'm getting a hell of a lot of colouring practice too, which is something that I've always considered myself weak in, and now I've gotten to a point with colouring where I'm just like, well, I can't call myself a beginner anymore, clearly.
That's awesome.
It's been a huge help for me.
That's awesome.
And it's been good also having quite a few characters that I can interact with people with, because each of the different characters interacts in different ways. With
I
people,
am loving that part so much.
I love that.
Yeah.
Interacting with everyone's OCs is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Like back in the days when I first joined PaperDemon, I did a hell of a lot of stuff where I interacted with people's OCs and stuff. And that was really, really fun. It gave me a lot of encouragement to draw more. And like even before we had rewards for collaborating with other people, I was doing that with this ARPG as well, and it's just been really fun. Get to know everyone's characters and make little relationships with them and stuff. And like, yeah,
Cpran, I had the same thing. Sorry, Cpran wrote, I created a character for the ARPG, got obsessed with him, and now he's ready for rank 3 in less than 2 weeks. Oops. And I just wanted
too much.
Same thing. Carrie's already ranked 3, and I've been on this thing since the 8th of September.
I'm gonna say Brian only just got adventurer status like a week ago, and already he's nearly rank 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
well,
just
and
like,
Brian got it before Carrie. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you collaborate. If people draw your character for you, that also levels them up really fast. So, I mean, make a lot of friends, guys, and your character will level up really quickly.
I also really enjoy doing fan art of other people's characters. I've got quite the list of people that I want to do fan art for. Yeah. If they'll let me, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Always ask first.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
That it's been really cool seeing everybody's characters come to life and all the imagination that this community has. It's insane.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and like it's been really, really cool also having lots of OCs in one picture. Like I've done a couple of pictures now with 12 OCs in a picture all at once. It's like, oh, that's really challenging to do, and it's really fun. And it's great to see everyone hanging out together and having a little party. Just, I just love it. That's one of the things I really love about having an OC.
Mm-hmm. Well, and as things develop, because I mean, there's changes coming all the time from development and things like that too. I think there's just going to be more and more opportunities to continue to collaborate in really cool ways.
Sorry, folks. Creative Cloud decided to take over my computer, and let's see if I can.
Yikes.
I'm sorry, Dre.
All of a sudden, I couldn't do anything.
I promise
for like
I'm not your boss.
a whole 2 minutes there.
I'm not a manager anymore. Sorry. I am some people's boss, though. Just don't think anybody here.
I was starting to panic because I thought that Photoshop was going to crash and I was going to lose everything.
Oh, shit.
But it's okay. It's just
Can you
Creative
save?
Cloud wanted to do an update and then it slowed everything down, and it's fine now.
Did you save it?
It's saved now. It's we're good. We're good.
Perfect.
Yikes.
I know, huh?
Big freaking yikes. One fear. That's one thing I like about Procreate is it saves every time you do a stroke. It's like, yes, thank you, Procreate. I don't have that fear anymore. So if it decides to crash, it only crashes like the last stroke that you did, not everything before it.
With traditional art, I just wish I had an undo sometimes.
Oh, I love me.
All right. I can add some.
You can configure what?
The autosave, I think.
Oh, okay, in Photoshop?
You talking to me?
No, Schwartz is saying that you can configure it. Oh, okay, for Critter, okay.
I know Photoshop has it. I don't have that on. I should probably turn it on. That would be a good idea.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. The desire for an undo is why you're learning digital art, Inky. Yeah. But then I have to, part of the thing with the traditional art for me is that I get to learn to live with my mistakes as well. And I think that's also important for a perfectionist.
Yeah,
That's true.
I've seen a lot of digital people who are in the professional industry when they teach digital art. They're all like, okay, so work on one layer and don't use the undo tool, just so that you can learn that exact rule, like that exact thing of owning mistakes and not sitting there doing the undo tool all the time, because it teaches you to do it correctly the first time as well.
Yeah, although I think it's also really important to let go of having to have it perfect. Like, it's an important lesson, especially for somebody like me who has, like, I don't have ADHD, I have anxiety issues, and I am an incredibly perfectionist person. And to get over that hump of like, well, it's traditional, I've inked it, it's not going to be perfect, and still post it and be okay with that, and having other people see what I'm doing. That's been a struggle for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah, I feel that, because like your latest picture, you were having some problems with it, and that's gonna have some ink witches in places that you wouldn't expect, but it's fine because you'll just color over it and make up for it by either taking away attention from it or highlighting it if it becomes an interesting element of your picture.
Yeah, there's a lot of happy accidents in art.
Yeah.
Well, and things that you learn from. Like, sometimes you find out that what you would have called a mistake before ends up being a feature.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we were just talking about that one that you're talking about. Ark has a lightly inked eye underneath the actual inked eye, and it kind of looks to me like either really wrinkly eye skin or maybe some...
You turned it into eyeliner, though, which is great. Because it's totally a pirate thing.
Yeah. It's Carrie's pirate picture. BogusRed, that's what we're talking about.
What was that?
It's Carrie's pirate, Talk Like a Pirate Day picture that we're talking about.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it.
No. I asked for critique help in the room earlier today.
Yeah, you guys were talking about it while I was asleep.
Sorry, I'm trying like a mad woman.
The funniest thing is,
you're
doing good.
Yeah,
that's so good. I mean, it's tiny on my screen, admittedly, but it looks good from where I can see it. And I think it's really interesting too, having come back after 17 years and going back through my PaperDemon gallery from when I was a kid, essentially. I feel like I'm just barely an adult and posting to PaperDemon, and but I don't actually. A lot of it isn't as good as what I can do now, but it doesn't bother me like I thought it would. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I look at old me as kind of a different artist. That's how I do it. I just look at my old art and I go, well, that was done by a younger me who was a completely different person. Like, because I've learned a lot of life lessons since then, and yeah, I mean, I just find it a lot nicer because I can look at the younger version of me and go, oh, that's really sweet. She was getting into doing this and this and this and this, and that's really cute. And I can look at myself a lot more fondly when when I see myself as a different artist, like a completely different person. It just so happens that that particular artist became me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I see, like, oh, I've come a long way. Look how far I've come since those days. I like looking at my old art. Also, I had some pretty... It's kind of weird, but I feel like when I was younger and less skilled, I actually had cooler ideas.
I feel that. I feel that emotion. That's why I go back on my old art and I redraw pictures, because
Yeah.
it made me had more time to think about things.
I don't even know. I have so many ideas in my head. I can't ever remember them long enough to get them down, it seems. I should probably write lists. I don't know.
You could do thumbnails. You could do thumbnails. You can even color the thumbnails. Just don't put detail in the color. Just kind of use a fat pen and do fat strokes.
I think you may have missed my previous thing where all my drawings are very small already.
Yeah, but they're also really detailed.
Yes, I am obsessive. Not gonna lie.
Well, the thing I'm thinking of doing of like with the thumbnails, like you spend a minute on it, or maybe 2 minutes, depending on how detailed you want to make it. But like, you make a thumbnail that's like 1 inch by 2 inches or something, and you're doing broad shapes. You're not doing detailed shapes. So.
It's like walking in really quickly. Mm-hmm.
You want to block in the big shapes.
Yeah, I did that in my previous sketchbook, but I find that because I'm doing them on such a small paper, I end up thumbnailing a quick sketch, and then that turns into my drawing, and it still has the energy that I wanted. So I tend to do it that way. But like, what I mean is, I should probably, I'm a freaking accountant. I could probably take a list of all the ideas in my brain and keep track of it that way. Honestly.
Yeah, you could probably do that. That's a way of doing it, if that's how your brain likes working.
Mm-hmm. I like to check things off as they go so that I feel like I've accomplished something, you know. Do you ever make a list and then like put things on it that you've already done so you can check them off and say that you've done them?
Yes, I do that in my bullet journal.
I make lists and then I lose the list. I'm not very good with lists. Like, I'm good at making the list and then like completely forgetting about it.
You should see how I track all the work that we do for PaperDemon. Like, it is a massive, massive Trello board. Shy gets overwhelmed. Anyone who's has access to it that works on PaperDemon is like, holy crap, this is big. There's too many things here. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that would make me anxious.
Yeah, but a lot of the stuff kind of ties together. If Susie makes the code in a particular way where it's easy to add stuff on, then she can just add stuff on easily.
It's just it's my task list. It's like, are you familiar with Trello?
I've heard of it, but I haven't actually seen it.
It's like a project management type task management tool for like collaborating and stuff. So a lot of the stuff that we are planning out, what events we're going to do for PaperDemon or whatever, they're all in a giant Trello board. So it's not anything to do with PaperDemon's code. It's more like, these are the tasks that we need to do in the next 2 weeks or the next year or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And you can prioritize it and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. And assign tasks to people and... yeah, all that good stuff.
It just looks really intimidating because they're all big boxes of information all laid out in columns. And... It's a lot to look at, but like if you think about it as a checklist, like every time you fill out one of those Trello things, you just go, okay, well that one's done, and it gets shifted to the done pile, and all of a sudden the column goes up and it becomes a shorter list. It just looks intimidating and for a little bit, that's all.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Not everybody can do lists. I know I'm seeing a lot of people commenting about how much they abandon their lists in the chat, and that's absolutely true. I have abandoned many lists, but I do tend to keep them on my phone and just save them with with a header so that I can go back to them a year later and be like, oh yeah, I was writing that science fiction story about this random thing. I forgot. I'm going to go back to that now because I feel like it. I very much am. I'm quite obsessive about my hobbies too. So I end up with like one hobby that I'll do all the time for several months, and then I'll switch gears to something completely different for another few months, and then go back. That's just how I operate.
Yeah. I used to have the problem of making lists and then abandoning them. But it took me a long time to figure out a system that would work for me. I finally figured out a system in Trello that works for planning out PaperDemon, and then I use bullet journal to plan out my day of like what I'm working on. I don't know. Is there anyone?
That sounds like when you get a fresh sketchbook. Sorry.
Yeah. I have so many sketchbooks that I started fresh and I drew in them like maybe 5 pages and then abandoned them. I've done that a lot. I don't know if anyone else.
Adrian's character art was the first one in the sketchbook that I'm on right now. So
I'm not good with sketchbooks. I used to do the thing where I was like, I have to finish every single picture in a sketchbook, and I have to make it look beautiful and aesthetic. So I now do the thing where I use loose leaf paper, and I can turn that loose leaf paper into a book by putting it in a clear file. And that way, if I mess up a picture enough that it's not actually worth looking at ever again, I can just chuck it in the bin if I wanted. And I can put it in whatever order I wanted it in, so I can have sketches of just heads, or sketches of a coupling, or sketches of a group, or a sketch of a picture of a person. I group them all together. I find that's a lot better for my brain than using a sketchbook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Makes a lot of sense for you too, because you do so much comic writing, right? So to be able to rearrange like that just makes sense.
I like a bit of rearrange stuff, yeah, because I when I go to look at sketches and stuff, I want to be looking at sketches of a particular character, or I want to be looking at sketches of groups or whatever, and I can go straight to it if I have it as a loose leaf. It changed how I do art completely and utterly when I started doing that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. That's how I started, and I've actually switched. I did the opposite thing. I switched to sketchbooks, and it's but I'm still struggling with the not being precious with everything.
Yeah.
I think sketchbooks are. I like doing sketchbooks for thumbnails. Like I've got a book for doing thumbnailing in, and I quite like that setup, but just not for final stuff.
Mm-hmm. I really like the off-color, like the off-white, paper sketchbooks that I've been using. Like, so I have I have a black one, a tan one, and a gray one, and I'm finding, because I'm mostly working with traditional pencil crayon media and markers and things, I find that the contrast from the mid-tone paper is really appealing. So I just use it for everything.
Yeah, and you can also use like a white pencil or a white pen or something on it, and it gives a really, really bright white. Can I just mention
Extreme Excitement from my India ink wipe?
Susie.
Yes.
We just hit the special time.
Oh, we did. That means
it's
time for
you guys. We've got a big giveaway. Okay, this is a big one because this is a premium item. So,
hang on.
Elementia.
1 second. Let me pull it up.
Okay, I've put Earth as the thing. I was going to change the element so it was a different element. So, if you want a free Elementia, Susie, can you explain what Elementia is?
Yes, one moment. Here, let me switch over my camera. Here we go. Okay, so Elementia is a premium item that lets you customize the elemental power of your character. So, when you first register your character, you're going to get auto-assigned one of 4 elements. It's completely random. However, you may end up with an element that doesn't really fit your character. So you can purchase this item to customize your element to one of the other 4 elements. So we're going to give away this item. I'm going to drop a link to it in the chat. Let's see. Giveaway. Oh, you already did
I've already done it.
Oh,
I've
you
already done it.
Okay, I'm going to share
I've
a
already
link.
done it.
I'm going to share a link just so people can see it if they wanted to purchase that item. But yes, please react to the message that Arkillian shared in the chat. Let me see if I can show the chat while I have this open. 1 second. Copy.
Such pretty rainbows.
Yeah, it's very shiny.
Paste.
I like shiny things.
Does paste work? There we go. Okay, so now we still see the Discord. Here we go. All right. Okay, so we're going to do a giveaway for this item. So last chance to click the Earth icon to enter this giveaway.
Yeah, I was going to make it so it was a different element for each of the giveaways, but oh well.
It's all right.
Sometimes it's hard to find those icons when you're in a rush.
Oh no, I was just copy pasting the text, so it was like copy paste. Oh, I forgot to change the word from Earth to something else.
Oh.
Oops. It's all good. It's all good.
All good. Okay. Here we go. By the way, if you won one of the giveaways already, sorry, you cannot win again, just out of fairness. If you won one of the giveaways earlier in this stream, I mean. Okay, here we go. We're spinning the wheel. Sorry, Fran.
Next time.
And it picks Fran.
No!
Sorry, no, you can't. Hold on. Let's spin again. Rigged.
Yeah, absolutely rigged. I'm not allowed to win anything either.
And somehow you want to get it super rigged. Let's spin it again. Arkillian, you can't win. We gotta spin again.
At least spinning is fun to watch.
You can
It's
tell
so
when
colorful.
I've got the rainbow on my name.
Okay,
There we
Packrat,
go.
congratulations. You won the Elementia. Can you confirm for me what your PaperDemon username is, and I'll go ahead and pop that into your inventory.
Yeah, it's Packrat.
Okay. All right, congratulations, Mr. Packrat. We're going to transfer your Elementia. Elementia. What element are you going to pick? Do you have something in mind?
Or perhaps a new character that you'd like to put in that's going to have a specific element.
All right, it is in your inventory.
Bam.
Bam.
Done.
All right.
Ah.
Bring
Sounds
us
like you
another
water.
Another OT.
Yes, please.
Packrat's thinking of choosing water, but possibly doing it for a different OC instead.
No. Water.
Water is already
that
working.
particular character has water already, and it's working for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we've reached the end of our stream. So to the end of our event. Thank you everyone who from the PaperDemon Discord server who hung out with us and did some drawing. I hope you got some drawing done. Hopefully this was helpful to hang out and just like chat about whatever and win some cool stuff. So for those of you who might be watching this recording or this live stream on our YouTube channel, definitely check out PaperDemon if you're looking for some motivation to get going with your artwork and want to get cool virtual items for drawing your original character. Check out the PaperDemon Art RPG. Links are in the description below of the YouTube video. And check out our Discord server. There should be a link to that as well. If you want to participate in any of the giveaways, you must be in the Discord server at the time that we are doing the giveaway to participate. And also check out our Vogue Vampire boss fight happening now. And if you ever need help getting started with the PaperDemon Art RPG, just hop in our Discord. We've got friendly staff who are here to help you answer any questions. We know it can be confusing at times, so we're here to help you and to support you on your creative journey. Our community is super friendly. We maintain a very strict community guidelines to help keep the community safe for everyone involved, especially for the neurodiverse community. Oh, we had fun. Yay! I'm so glad. We'll do another one of these for sure. So check the Discord or join the newsletter to find out when our next one will be. We don't know when the next one's going to be yet. We're still figuring out the schedule, but thanks again for joining, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Good to see you guys. Bye.
Thank you, Mini Maid and ArkillianDragon, for helping host this event with me. We'll see you at the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Oh. We had a question if we're still going to do regular meetups. It's a toss-up. It all depends on if I have childcare available at the time that we're scheduling a meetup. Because I have a little baby right now, it's a little bit difficult scheduling these things. So I'm kind of doing a mix of meetups and these live streams. So stay tuned. I will, of course, ping the meetup notifications list when we have another one scheduled. But
the other thing is also making sure that people are also available to help out with the stream as well.
Yeah.
Because time zones.
Yeah, scheduling, making sure people are available, that kind of thing. So it's a mix. We're also open to if someone in the community wants to host the meetups, if I'm not available and you are willing to host one, but you'd probably have to be on voice in order to do that.